Hey guys, and welcome back to the Super Awesome Geek Show. I'm John, and today we're going to do the first full room tour of the toy room at the house. As it stands right now, here we go. This is going to be pretty cool. Please bear with me if you see a little bit of like empty boxes and things kind of stacked around because this is a work in progress. Like you see all these boxes here, that's going to be replaced with shelves. Eventually, we'll get more into that later in the video. But I've pretty much got an idea for how this is going. Yeah, I got Diablo playing on the TV. So you might see some Diablo live streaming going on. They're doing the Vessel of Hatred preview that I've been watching all morning as I was doing this. So first off, I've got my wrestling. Essentially, it's Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, Andre the Giant section over here. So we've got Hulk and Mr. T, and up top on the Funko Pops of the three of them, Hulk, Mr. T, and Andre the Giant. We've got the ultimates of those two. We've got Andre versus Hulk here, the 2-pack, and then we've got some Elite Series stuff. I feel like I'm pretty good with my collection of wrestling figures. I've got a variation of every Hulk that I want for Hulk Hogan, and I've got some good Andre the Giant, Mr. T figures, so I'm pretty good with these for the modern, And I got a Muhammad Ali thrown in down there because you got to have the Muhammad Ali figure. No Holds Barred, great movie. So we've got to have that in there. Thanks to Vern for that one. Then we have my Jurassic section. So we've got the T-Rex in the car, the Tyrannosaurus paddock thing from the first movie. And I think the kids are in there. The figures for the kids are in there. And then we have, I think that's from Jurassic, the last one there. And then we have Jurassic Park 2, right? Lost World. And that's Jurassic 1 with Ellie in the Jeep and the power station, where she gets attacked by the raptor in the power station. And then we have Jurassic 1 with Nedry, where he gets spit on. There's an extra head hiding in here somewhere that has the spit face. Ian Malcolm's set, that was an online exclusive. We got a Triceratops. And then we've got all the dinosaurs here. We've got the raptors, some ankylosaurs, dimetrodons, and then we have all of the ceratopsian dinosaurs going by size, all the way up to that really big one at the end. I kind of like them all lined up like this on the shelf. It looks pretty cool. Ceratopsian dinosaurs are really cool because they all had different frills and different horns. It's neat to have them all lined up. And then we have our theropods. Theropods are 2-foot carnivores like the T-Rex here. Allosaurus. Carnotaurus, right? Or something like that. Ceratosaurus, something like that. I don't remember. And then various others going on down. And then we have stegosaurs, kentrosaurs, stegosaurs, things like that. Pretty cool. Again, varying sizes and horns and tail things. Some Gallimimus. You have to have a herd of Gallimimus. You can't just have one. And then we have the duckbill dinosaurs. Pachycephalosaur and so on. Iguanodon here. And then we come to the behemoths. The thunder sauropods, right? Sauropods or whatever. Brachiosaurus. Diplodocus and Apatosaur. Pretty cool. And they're just massive. I mean, these pictures don't do them justice. They are gigantic. Underneath the TV, I've got stuff stored, and I can alternate what's facing out here. We've got some Jurassic stuff, He-Man, Indiana Jones, Halo, Aang from Star or Transformers, Jurassic large 6-inch Batman stuff. And then above the TV, we've got some slat wall with pegs hanging for various carded figures. At the top, we've got all the Star Wars, at the bottom, Marvel, and in the middle is Turtles. So we've got the Ghost Rider and Iron Man there, and then we have the blue and silver Marvel stuff, Spider-Man stuff, Fantastic Four, and then 2 pegs full of X-Men. Then we have some Star Wars, and the rest is all Turtles. Modern Turtles, well, those are like early 2000s, and then we have the retro Turtles set. And it's all the Turtles. I mean, look how many go back. I think it's 6 on each peg. And there's 6 or 7 of each of these Star Wars on the pegs. So we've got 2 Star Wars, 2 Empire, and 2 Jedi. Pretty cool. I like using the pegs, and if you're careful, they don't ruin the packaging. You can keep them that way for a long time. Just don't move them a lot, you know? Then we have Transformers up above. We've got Orion Pax turning into Optimus Prime. I think that's a video game pack. And then we have the Hero Born, where Alpha Trion turns Orion Pax into Optimus Prime. Combiner Wars Devastator, Legacy Motor Master. And then we have the Earthrise Twins, Video Game Prime, and Megatron, the Cybertron video game series. And then we have the G.I. Joe Transformer crossovers. 3 of them are up here because being delivered to the condo today, where I'm not at, is the Triple T tank. But that's going to go where these Starscreams are standing once I bring it down here. And then we have all the mini ones through the years, modern mini ones. The house is all modern stuff, and so all these mini ones throughout the modern years. Some mini mid-size Insecticons, Combiner things, the Combiner Dinobots. We've got the Bumblebee movie shelf. Now this is Transformers from the Bumblebee movie. Pretty cool. They've done a lot more Autobots than they have Decepticons. That Megatron and the Soundwave or Shockwave and stuff are just incredible. Really good figures. And then we have a Soundwave like homage shelf with a couple of Shockwaves in there. There's like 4 other versions of Shockwave and then a bunch of different versions of Soundwave in here. Soundwave is one of my favorite characters. So every time I see a distinct different version of them, I try to grab one and put it in here. And then we have some combiners. We've got the aerial bots. We've got the Skylynx animal one. So yeah, there's the aerial bots. And then this is a Skylynx combiner. And this is the Velocitron one. And then we have Devastator, of course. That's the box for him's up top, and this is what he looks like out of the box. 2 different versions of Wheeljack, because Wheeljack's the cool Autobot. We've got the Ark, and then we have Triptychon, the city for the Decepticons, and we have Menasor here. And Menasor's gun is down below there in front of Triptychon. Triptychon is so cool. If you're a Godzilla fan, you love Triptychon automatically, I think. And then we have a version of Jetfire here. Really good cartoon version of Jetfire. This looks almost identical to the cartoon. And then we have Omega Supreme with his little radar bot friend. And we've got the little tank guy, Scamper? No, who was the tank guy? And that's 6 Gun. And then we have Fortress Maximus, the Autobot City. I don't have Metroplex because he came out before I was able to buy Titans. And then we have the Jet Shelf. This is like homage to the 3 original Jets. We've got Thundercracker, Starscream, and Skywarp here. A couple different versions of Skywarp. Video game, modern, stuff like that. Versions of Starscream, video games, animated cartoons, various things like that. Armada. And then we have versions of Thundercracker. Then we have our Dinobot shelf. And again, Swoop is on his way. I think it just came out from Big Bad Toy Store, and it should be at the condo sometime this week, if it's not there already. But I'm at the house, so I didn't get it yet. But he's going to go in that space between the Brontosaurus. We've got a little version of Wheelie there. The mini versions all around here. But in between the Stegosaur and the Brontosaurus is where Swoop's going to go. Snarl and Sludge or someone. Then we have like movie guys. And we've got most of them I think are 86 line movie guys. And we have another more articulated version of Wheelie. Skylinks. Really cool. And on Skylink, riding on Skylinks is Spike's armored suit that turns into a car for him. Ultra Magnus back there hanging onto a Energon cube. Perceptor. Then we have the Optimus Prime shelf and the Quintessons. The Quintessons are really cool with some alligator guys and a bunch of Sharkticons. And they got a guy in a cage. He's all, help me. I'm in a cage. Then we got all these different versions of Optimus Prime. We've got the little play school one. We've got a little one I found in Japan. And we have a little thing that someone sent me. I can't remember who offhand. A die-cast one. When Optimus was dead, we got him laying back there. Some animated versions, movie versions, various other Optimus Primes there. And then we have some Decepticons here. We've got the camera guys. We've got a version of Mirage when he was a Decepticon back there. Bug Bite, the helicopter combiner guy. Redwing and Sandstorm. Some larger versions of the Insecticons. Barricade, Scourge, Cyclonus, and Galvatron. And then we've got the original Decepticons. Megatron, Shockwave, Soundwave, Blitzwing, Astrotrain. And then we have the Coneheads here, Conehead Jets. And the original Jets, Thundercracker, Starscream, Skywarp. And we've got the cassette guys, Frenzy and Rumble, Ratbat, Ravage, and we've got Laserbeak there. We need a Buzzsaw. I don't know if they've done a Buzzsaw yet, but we need a Buzzsaw. And then we've got 2 shelves of Autobots. We've got the classics and the movie ones. So we got Windcharger, Blue Streak, Silver Streak, Inferno, Grapple, Trailbreaker, right? That was the black one. Jazz, Mirage, Outback, Hound, Ratchet, Optimus Prime, of course, Cliffjumper and Bumblebee, Gears, Huffer, Brawn, and then you have Ironhide, Sideswipe, and Sunstreaker, Prowl, Hoist is in there, Beachcomber, Down below, we've got Rodimus Prime and Warpath, Pipes, Cosmos, Chromia, Springer, and dang it, who's the pink girl? Blaster, Skids, Smokescreen. Smokescreen's one of my favorite guys. Hubcap down there in the yellow car form. That's why I've got two Smokescreens, because he's one of my favorites. So I've got him in bot mode and car mode. And there was another one down by the combiners, if you saw that. But yeah, that's the Transformers section. Looks pretty good. Now the He-Man section is temporary. I just threw it up, some of the stuff up here to get it out of the way. It's going to have its own whole shelf unit because there's a lot of figures and items that have to go up that are piled up over here. So eventually I'm going to have a shelf that goes there, and then that'll stay open so I can use the little cubby shelf that goes in there. But I'll put a shelf unit all in there, and that's where all the He-Man stuff will eventually go. So then all this can move over there. Yeah. And a lot of what's in those boxes are being stored, and it's He-Man stuff that has to go on those shelves when they get there. And some of this Batman thing, because we got the Bat Cave with Batman on his Bat Hound and stuff like that. And then we have Memphis Nest. Star Wars, we'll do Star Wars next. So we'll move over here to Star Wars, and we've got a bunch of troopers, and we've got a scene with Vader and Obi-Wan fighting. And in this version, we have Thrawn and Tarkin overlooking with a couple of Imperial guys back there. Death Squad commanders, Imperial commanders, whatever you call them. Whole bunch of stormtroopers with a dewback. Luke's land speeder with a Jawa, and Luke back there with his poncho. And C-3PO. They're looking for R2-D2, right? We got 3 of the troopers, rebel troopers. We have the Rebels crew here. All 5 of them with Chopper. And we've got Han, Leia, and Chewie back there with an Obi-Wan, R2 and 3PO, and then a glowing hologram Leia that goes with that R2, I guess. At least it fits there. Now we'll go up to Empire Strikes Back. We've got some Hoth stuff going on here. We've got a Force Ghost Obi-Wan, Hoth Han, Hoth Leia, a Chewbacca, Hoth Luke on a Tauntaun, 3 Hoth Troopers there, and a Wampa. We got a probe droid, some Hoth Snow Troopers there, Admiral Piet and General Veers, and then I didn't know where to stand Lando, so he's standing there. General Lando's standing up there just for the heck of it. Down here, we've got some Bespin guys. We've got a Yoda standing there. R2 and Han, Leia, Chewie, 3PO. 3PO's in the bag. All the guys from Bespin, basically, and Dagobah. End of Return of the Jedi. We've got the throne for the Emperor, his guards, fighting Luke and Vader there. We got on Endor with some Ewoks, Endor Leia. A couple different Leias there. We jump down to Jabba Goons, aliens and stuff, I guess you could say. Bib Fortuna. We got a couple of Gamorrean. I love Gamorrean guards, as you can tell. And then we have Bosch, Lando, Skiff, and a Jedi Luke. Or actually a Jabba's Palace Luke, or whatever you want to call him. Couple of Mon Calamari. We've got a bunch of Sand People. Doc Ondar, a bunch of Jawas with some trash. And Cantina aliens. And we've got a space for Hammerhead when he shows up, which I do think he's in the mail. Again, probably he could be at the condo by now, and whatever. Sorry about my fingers there. We've got some biker scouts from Mando, the Bad Batch crew, And we have pilots. So we've got a couple of Imperial pilot guys back there. And then we have some various Rebel pilots and other pilots. And we've just got a random Rebel droid sitting there because he's cool looking. And yeah. I realized I don't have a Biggs. Did they make a Biggs? If they made a Biggs, why don't I have a Biggs? I've got Luke and Wedge. Why can I don't have Biggs? Isn't there a Biggs? They had to have made a Biggs, right? We got another random droid because I like him. He's cool. We got Moff Gideon with a couple Death Troopers. We've got Director Krennic with a bunch of Death Troopers, right? Wait, Dark Troopers and Death Troopers. That's what the difference. Rogue One, I like Rogue One. So we've got the Rogue One crew here. Pretty good figures. I don't think I'm missing anybody from the Rogue One group. And we have the Mandalorian. I like the Mandalorian, so we've got a good Mandalorian set going on here. And we have some... we've got some Mandalorian guys going on over here, too. We've got Bo-Katan and her crew, Axe and the girl, I forgot the girl's name, and the armor, big guy Paz Vizsla, right? And Pre-Vizsla there, and then we've got the Death Troop, whatever, the guy, the Maul Trooper guy. And we've got Mando on the dewback, because that's cool. And now we got a random shelf. It's kind of random. We've got BB-8, some Porgs, a little the little guy, Babu Frick. Some biker scouts. We got that droid from Rise of Skywalker, right? Isn't that it? The six-armed guy from Solo, because I like him. I like the aliens. Some random prequel guys. We've got some guard dudes, a Sith. What is that? The Ren, Knight of Ren. That's it. Constable Zuvio and Hondo, because they're cool alien guys. Bounty hunters in here. Cad Bane, Aura Singh, 000 and BT whatever, right? Some other cool droids. I like droids, so they got cool droids in here. My friend Paul Baker printed up this 3D printed Gonk droid, so he's in there. Scaled to 6-inch. And then we've got some other droids from the Clone Wars and some clone troopers in here. So we've got some battle droids, some super battle droids, General Grievous, and, well, we got a battle droid down. There we go. We stood him up. So we got a brown battle droid, couple of droidicas in here, and a bunch of battle droids in case we need them for photos back there, hiding. I might get a little riser and put some of those up a little higher in a minute, sometime. I've been getting these like tiered risers, and it's working really well for the clones. So far, I've got all these clones in there. I do have a couple other clones that I got to open up and squeeze in here, but you can see there's enough space to squeeze a few more characters in. And if they make any new clones that I kind of want to get, I can sort of put in here as well. So pretty cool. I like these risers. They work really well. And I've ordered another one for the classic troopers, which are right now in a pile. I'll show you in a minute. And then I got a riser for the Jedi and Sith. So we've got two different versions of Maul there. We've got Asajj Ventress, Darth Nihilus, Kylo Ren, Darth Revan, Malgus down there, the Dark Ray, Count Dooku, Anakin, prequel Jedis. I think I've got all the prequel Jedi that have come out. A couple versions of Ahsoka, Revan as a good guy, a couple versions of Rey, Qui-Gon Jinn, and we've got the Knights of the Old Republic, Siths down there. And yeah, so for like these troopers I want to do for this pile. So I've got a pile of modern troopers that need to go on a scaling thing there. And then over here we've got the Solo Alien and Emphas Nest. They might be temporarily there because I think the Rattler's going to take up a lot of this space. Now we go into Cobras, the G.I. Joe Cobra section. We've got some troops there. Big Boa, Alley Viper, Dr. Mindbender, Crocmaster, Copperhead. Crocmaster has a box of Eggo in his hand. Eggo waffles. Yeah, because he eats Eggo waffles, you know. Serpentor feeds them to his alligators. On his sled, pretty cool with his snake. And then we have the Televiper, Firefly. We've got a gray Viper in the Trouble Bubble. And we've got Scrap Iron with his thing. Crimson Guards with Tomax and Zaymont. We've got Cobra Commander, Storm Shadow, and Major Blood with a bunch of Cobra troops. And we have is that Night Creeper, right? Wasn't it? And then we have the Dreadnought section. We have a 3D printed Zartan sled that Paul Baker made for me, my friend Paul. We've been friends since elementary school. He painted that one. It was really nice. We got Zartan, Zarana, Destro, Baroness, Torch, Ripper, and Buzzer. And then we've got the Boar guy. And then we have a bunch of troops here. This is our troop shelf. Snow Serpents. I love the Snow Serpents, but they're hard to come by. So we got 3 of them here, 2 different styles. We've got a bunch of eels. Eels were very difficult to get until they come out with the carded one. So there's 3 of them on card and 1 that I got from the box. Vipers, and then we have a giant bunch of Cobra bats because I always wanted an army of bats as a kid and I couldn't do it. But now I can with these 6-inch. So I have an army of bats. And then we have a couple of ninja troops back there. So, and the Vipers, yeah. Pretty cool. And then we have, thanks to Connor, we have the Ferret with Driver and a few other Cobra troops behind the Ferret. So thanks, Connor. Appreciate the Ferret. We have the Stinger with its Driver. Stinger is awesome. If you guys are on the fence about that one, I highly recommend it. And then this is sort of thanks to Keith and Luke. We have the HISS tank and the SMS missile system. So appreciate it, you guys. I wouldn't have these without you guys. The HISS driver, and we got a female HISS driver driving, and the one in the gunner, the HISS gunner up there. And I did my HISS in the original version. There's a couple different ways you can kind of put that HISS together, and I did it the original. And then we have a superhero area, and we've got more the G.I. Joe good guys, basically. But up top, temporarily, we've got Sergeant Slaughter, Chris Starr, and we've got the Captain Carrot there, or whatever. And we've got the Justice League up above. But that's going to be taken over by the Dragonfly when it shows up, and it should be soon. We're somewhere in the next month or so that's supposed to show up, I think. DC guys, we've got Superman's, Batman Beyond. There's a Harlequin still in the box up there. And a couple Mego ones. We've got Azrael, Batman, Man-Bat. Look at that. That's awesome. And then, Batman, and we got Robin and the Joker. And I just need, I'm a Batman, Superman kind of guy, so I just want, a version of each of those and a few of their villains that sort of strike me as cool. The Marvel guys, Marvel's where I really have my love. So I've got all these up here on flight stands and things, and we've got the Stilt Man with, 3 legs, 3 sets of legs to make him really tall. And we've got Archangel, Angel, the Hobgoblin, the Goblin, Sauron, the Vulture, and who else was up there? The Phoenix, Spider-Man shelf, Mysterio's back there, Spider-Woman, the Human Fly, the Sandman, right? Isn't that their Sleepwalker? Whatever. What was his name? The Catwoman, Catgirl, Black Cat. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to move the Human Fly. That's Sleepwalker, right? Yeah. Miles, we got a couple different versions of. We got Silk there. Spider-Woman, Gwen, Spider-Gwen, the Holiday Girl, um, Kingpin, Scorpion, Lizard, Electro, Doc Ock, Spider-Man eating some pizza. That's a good Spider-Man. That's why he's still there. Super Friend, or wait, yeah, my Amazing Friends. Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends. Sandman, Carnage, Venom, the little dog, and your little dog too. And then we have the X-Men shelf. And let's start, I guess we'll start over by Wolverine. Jean Grey, Cyclops, Professor X, Magic, and um, Colossus, Storm, Vision, Wanda, Scarlet Witch. We got X-Man, who is Scott Summers' son. Havoc, Cannonball, Forge, Bishop. We got Nightcrawler, Iceman, Gambit, and Rogue is in there. Jubilee, Beast, Moira McTaggart, and of course Wolverine up front. Some bad guys for the X-Men. We've got a couple of hand ninjas with Silver Samurai, Chode, Juggernaut, Apocalypse, Mr. Sinister, Magneto, the White Queen, Strife, the Blob, Red, Omega Red, right? And Deathstrike, and a bunch of AIM soldiers down there. And then we have the street guys, right? We've got Elektra as Daredevil. Pretty cool. That's a great looking figure. Some of the corrupted hand ninjas that have been turned to good. Iron Fist, Luke Cage, bunch of different Wolverines. We got various Wolverines in here from all different times. And X-23s from different times. The Daredevil's new. I just put them right there out front because I don't know where to put them. Mr. B sent me that Daredevil, so thank you, Mr. B. Bunch of different Deadpools and Lady Deadpool. Cable. Down here, we're going to do the Power Rangers, but we haven't done that yet. And then we have the Galactus with the Fantastic Four and some heralds here. So we've got the Thing and the Human Torch. And behind him is the Watcher. And then we have Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. And we have his heralds all around him, including the Silver Surfer flying by his head. I love that they gave these things that clip onto his ears, whatever you want to call them, the helmet. They clip onto his helmet, and they clip onto his hands, so you can put the heralds sort of flying around him. I think that was a really cool idea. Really great. And I'm thinking of putting in some shelves on the sides here, so I might put something sort of like on the edge here that just sticks out a little bit, and maybe put the Watcher up a little higher, and then I might do one over here and put the Human Torch like flying on a stand, sort of flying off it. We've got the some more heroes here, or darker side of the heroes, I guess, and then we have an Iron Man Hall of Armor. So we've got a black and gold. We've got the stealth armor in there, the red and silver, a blue armor. I want to get, there's a green armor. I'd like to get that and put it in here. We've got a hologram version of his armor, and we've got 3 of the standard yellow and red mark armors. Death's Head 2, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, War Machine, Blade, Namor, and that guy. What was his name? Come on. Not Eddie, but, you know. He's got a big machine gun. He looks great. The only MCU figures I have are the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I got that whole crew there from the first movie with Nebula. My Avengers shelf, Falcon, Black Panther, Ant-Man, Giant Man, whatever you want to call him, Hulk, Beta Ray, Bill, Thor, Iron Man, Cap, and Hawkeye. And then we have my Avengers Villains shelf. So we've got Red Skull with a couple of Hydra Troopers. The Leader. Kang. MODOK. Doctor Doom. Ultraman. Or Ultron, sorry. The Sentry. Thanos. Mojo. Some Skrulls. Loki. Got it. I think I'm going to raise Mojo up. I got to put him on something. Get him up a little bit. And then we have G.I. Joe area. This is where all the Joes go. So the modern, like more recent ones are going in here. I haven't filled it out yet, but as more figures come in, we'll put them in and fill this out a little more. This top shelf is expanding. We got a Valaverse version of Sergeant Slaughter. And then I just have this bike sitting here until I find room for where it's going to go. But I think it looks good. It's the bike that came with the Baroness, but I think it looks good with a Crimson Guard on it instead. And then we've got some basically classic Joes. These are Joes that need to be in everybody's collection, right? We've got Duke and Scarlet. And we've got Mutt, Bazooka, and Quick Kick. Roadblock back there. Falcon, right? Gung-Ho, Dusty, Outback, Beachhead, Spirit, Blowtorch, Barbecue, sorry, yeah. Tunnel Rat, Snake Eyes, Shipwreck, bunch of everybody down there. And then we have the teams. We've got the Tiger Force over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's been 7 Tiger Force figures, I think. Wow. Rakondo, Bazooka, Tripwire, Dusty, Outback, Duke, Flint, all in Tiger Force with a motorcycle. Roadblock, Tiger Force. Then we have Sergeant Slaughter and his Marauders. 3 of the Marauders are out. We need to have Mutt and Falcon, I think, was the one of them. Footloose. Wasn't it Footloose? Yeah, I think it was Falcon or Footloose and Mutt had a Slaughter Marauder version. Then we've got the Night Force, right? 3 of them have been out so far. And then we got some classic guys here. Breaker on the motorcycle. Clutch with the Vamp. The Vamp is awesome too. It's another great vehicle. Stalker, Airborne? Yeah, Airborne. We don't have a Ripcord yet. I guess we're getting him with the Dragonfly, right? And then I've got the other 2 Princess Bride figures, which I'll put there. They're in a box somewhere. I got to dig them out. But, yeah, there we go. I think we've done everything, right? Yeah. So, guys, thanks a lot for looking at the room tour with me. I think we've gone through everything that I have up on display. And again, sorry for the mess in some of the corners where there's still boxes, but more to come later as I finish this up. So, appreciate you watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the support. And I will catch you guys on the next one. All right? Cool. Stay awesome out there, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.